And the French President Emmanuel Macron has vowed to hold talks with protest groups after the worst unrest in a decade. The protests, which began over fuel tax rises, left hundreds of people injured nationwide and plunged the government into crisis. French Justice Minister Nicole Belloubet promised to bring the full force of the law to those who resorted to violence. President Macron held crisis talks with his cabinet yesterday after he faced tough crowds on the streets of Paris as he assessed the damage in person. Well, Annalise Borges was at those protests over the weekend.
The pole of his flag is something Patrick can afford to lose. But there are things the 58-year-old is not ready to accept in modern-day France.
When we see people in the streets without a home, there's misery everywhere. The cost of living, everything is so expensive. Pensioners are struggling. It's hard for everyone.
But why do you blame Macron? What exactly is he doing?
Because Macron's an idiot.
No, we shouldn't speak like that.
Oh really? Did I say something stupid? Yes, he's an idiot. It's because of him that we're here.
No, it's not only about Macron, it's the system.
Le système.
When we see that our politicians have the privilege to afford suits that cost 45,000 euros, when that is the equivalent of the yearly salaries of 3 people, we have the right to revolt. They're taking everything away from us. In the end, we're left with nothing, and they're still trying to steal from us. It hurts.
This group of friends came from the suburbs of Paris to join the so-called Yellow Vests, the movement that for the past 3 weeks has been taking to the streets to protest against government policies they say are making their lives impossible.
It's about the cost of living. We are being strangled by taxes, and we're fed up with the social injustice. We are constantly giving to the richest and taking away from the middle and lower classes.
Exasperated, many are convinced there's only one way out.
Why is this so magnificent? Because we're fighting for our freedom.
A fight, precisely what the government wanted to avoid, erupted once again. An entire city engulfed in anger. Chaos is yet something else demonstrators blame authorities for.
They're crazy, and then they say they want peace. We're doing nothing. It's shameful, shameful. We're doing nothing, and they're shooting at us.
The intoxicating smell of tear gas, strangely familiar in French streets these past few weeks, is signaling the urgent need for the government to admit that France is at a crossroads, fractured between those who believe changing course is necessary and those who feel they are being left behind.